Hey guys, this video is long overdue, but I'm finally done with my Notion setup and I'm really happy with it. I've been using this new setup since the beginning of 2021 and it's definitely helped me stay organized thus far. So, for those of you who don't know, Notion is basically an all-in-one workspace that has both a desktop and mobile app. I use it to keep track of my life both inside and outside of school. I was first introduced to Notion last year, but I mainly used it for functional purposes rather than aesthetics. However, I recently got inspired by a couple of YouTube videos I watched. This particular setup of mine is inspired by twirling pages on YouTube. So now that you know what Notion is, let's jump in. To begin, this is my dashboard and it basically contains an overview of all the pages within my little Notion space. On Notion, you can actually customize your pages, and here I've added a little icon and cover to make the page just a little bit prettier. On the right side, we also have one of my favorite playlists and a really nice quote by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Okay, so jumping to the first page, Life at a Glance. This is kind of a consolidation filled with links to all my other pages, including my trackers and academic planners. So under documentation, we have my reading directory, watch queue, and workout tracker. So for the reading directory, I'm actually intending for it to be an archive of books I've read this year or books that I'm intending to read. I love that Notion allows you to embed tables like these into your pages, and it's really just so handy when it comes to organization. I finished reading the book Hyperbole and a Half today actually, so I can actually just change the status to read as it is set to currently reading. So for the watch queue, it actually functions in a similar way. People are always giving me show recommendations, and I know I said that I'll get to them, but the truth is, I really just don't remember. So hopefully this will help me to keep track of my movie and TV show consumption this year. A neat little trick I love is that we can change the table view, as I showed you earlier. So for example, it's set to a list of shows I'm currently watching, but I can just as easily adjust it to display a list of shows on my watch list. Next, we have my workout tracker. So one of the goals I set for myself this year is to just get out more, and I'm hoping that this tracker will really help to motivate me when I look back on it. As you can see, I really love walking, but for static exercises, not so much. Going back to the home page, here we have my digital Bujo. As some of you would know, I've been using a pen and paper type of journal or planner for a couple of years now, but recently I found it so much easier to keep a digital Bujo instead. With uni, so many things are now online and it's simply more convenient to refer to a planner on my laptop rather than a book. I still journal of course, but I've shifted my schedule planner as well as my to-do list online for now. So we have a calendar that I embedded into the page and I use it to keep track of my events and commitments at a glance. Then we have a weekly spread, which I made a template that I can simply duplicate each week to start afresh. Let me show you what my weekly spread looks like. So as you can see, it's mainly functional. I just have a list of things I need to get done as well as a simple habit tracker at the bottom. So for example, one of the habits I'm trying to cultivate is to keep a daily gratitude journal because there's so much to be thankful for and I really want to remember all my happy moments. Lastly, on this page, we also have an assignment tracker. This is linked from the academic page, which I will now go to. So this page is one of the most important pages for me as it's a page that I refer to very often. Hence, as you can see from the sidebar on the left, I've linked it to my favorites. So under my list of courses, you can see the list of courses I'm taking this semester, courses I've taken in the past, as well as modules that I want to take in future. So clicking into one of my courses, this is basically where I take most of my notes for the semester. I love using Notion to take notes as I find that it's very easy to use and it's so minimalistic. Below, we have the assignment tracker that I mentioned earlier. This reminds me of my upcoming deadlines, so I don't forget to get my projects and assignments done. I also created a table for resources at the bottom, in case there are useful documents or websites provided by my professors and instructors. My non-academic planner is also set up in a similar way, except that this tracks my other commitments. So I won't really dwell into that. Let's move on to the self-care toolkit. So I love this page so much, I basically filled it with my comfort things. For example, this audio is an acoustic version of a song called Holy Ground by Taylor Swift, which I really enjoy. There's also a quote from Morgan Harper Nichols, as well as a list of things that make me happy, as well as some self-care activities. Also, I included some long-term planning things, such as a reminder of what I want to achieve in life, as well as my bucket list. Finally, the last page. This is a 2021 review and reset guide made by my friend Doreen. Basically, this was something that I did in the beginning of January to help myself reflect on the past year and get ready for the new one. I copied over the template and linked my thoughts and reflections here so that I can look back on everything that has happened as well as remember the goals that I've set out for myself. This reflection took a while to complete, but it felt really good once I was done. It felt like I was ready to take on the new year. And with that, we honestly have come to the end of my Notion tour. Notion has literally changed my life, and I love this app so much. I really hope that this video helps or inspires you in some way. Thanks for watching. Bye!